Hidden dangers. 4. Common vegetables that worsen foot numbness. Have you ever woken up and felt like your feet just weren't yours anymore? Not sore, not stiff, just strangely numb, like someone had flipped the off switch while you were sleeping. It might sound familiar. It happened to John, a 68-year-old retiree from Florida. Every morning, like clockwork, he made himself a big glass of green juice, spinach, kale, broccoli, chayard. He loaded up on what he thought were the healthiest veggies on the planet. But then the tingling started, a light buzzing in his toes. Some days, his feet felt swollen and heavy. And soon, he noticed it was getting harder to balance when he got out of bed. His doctor ran tests, blood sugar, heart, circulation. Everything looked fine, but the mystery kept growing. Until one day, a nutritionist asked a simple question. What are you eating every day? Turns out the answer was right there on his plate. Now I know what you're thinking. Vegetables are supposed to be good for us, right? And they are. But what most people don't know, especially after age 50, is that some vegetables, when eaten in excess or the wrong way, can silently make things worse. They can affect your nerves, slow your circulation, and yes, even make your feet go numb. In this video, we're going to uncover 4 common vegetables that may be doing more harm than good if you're not careful. And more importantly, I'll show you exactly how to enjoy them the right way without sacrificing your health. What you're about to hear could change the way you look at your diet and help you walk more comfortably, confidently, and pain-free every single day. So stay with me. Let's get into it. Now let's talk about spinach. It's another green that shows up on nearly every Eat Clean list. In fact, it was part of Mr. John's daily smoothie we mentioned earlier. Rich in iron, folate, fiber, and packed with vitamins A and C, spinach has long been considered one of the healthiest vegetables around, and in many ways, it is. But just like kale, spinach has a hidden side that most people don't know about, and if you're over 50, it's worth paying attention to. The biggest concern with spinach isn't its vitamins. It's a compound called oxalate. Oxalates are naturally found in many leafy greens, and in small amounts they're harmless. But spinach contains one of the highest oxalate levels of any vegetable. When you consume large quantities of oxalates regularly, they can bind to calcium in your body and form tiny crystals. These crystals often settle in the kidneys or within soft tissues, where they can contribute to kidney stones or even interfere with blood flow in your lower extremities. That means more fluid retention, more pressure on the nerves, and more of that familiar numbness or tingling in your feet. For seniors who may already be dealing with reduced kidney function or slower circulation, the effects can show up faster and feel more intense. A study from the Mayo Clinic found that oxalate overload is a real concern in older adults, particularly those who eat large amounts of raw spinach every day and aren't balancing it with enough hydration or variety in their diet. There's also another twist. Spinach is very high in vitamin K, just like kale. And as we discussed, if you're on a blood thinner like Worsen, too much vitamin K can reduce the medication's effectiveness, making it harder to manage your blood's clotting balance. That again circles us back to the risk of poor circulation. And poor circulation is often what triggers the numbness and swelling in our feet that many people think is just getting older. So how do you enjoy spinach without running into these issues? The answer lies in moderation and preparation. Most dietitians recommend keeping your spinach intake to about 1 cup cooked, or half a cup raw, just 2 to 3 times per week. And here's something simple but powerful. Cooking spinach dramatically reduces its oxalate content. Boiling or steaming it before eating can make a big difference. Also, pairing it with calcium-rich foods like a bit of cheese or yogurt can help your body manage the oxalates more effectively so they don't build up and cause problems down the line. It's not about avoiding spinach. It's about respecting its strength and using it wisely, especially when our bodies are more sensitive to what we put in. Now, if you've been eating raw spinach daily in your smoothies or salads and you've noticed heavier legs, stiff feet, or that dull tingling feeling that just won't go away, it might be time to switch things up. Let me know in the comments if this sounds like you. Your story could be the one that helps someone else make a healthier choice today. And if you're finding these tips helpful so far, go ahead and tap the like button. And while you're at it, subscribe to WiseElders, where every video is designed to help you live smarter, stronger, and better every year. Speaking of powerful greens that can turn tricky, the next one is a bit more colorful, but comes with similar hidden risks, especially when eaten the wrong way. Let's take a closer look at Swiss chard. Now let's talk about a vegetable that looks beautiful on the plate. Swiss chard. With its vibrant red, yellow, and green stalks, It's one of the most eye-catching greens you'll find at the farmer's market or in that organic produce section, and nutritionally, it's a powerhouse. Swiss chard is rich in vitamins A, C, and K, as well as magnesium and potassium, two minerals that are incredibly important for nerve function and muscle control. But here's the thing. Just like kale and spinach, Swiss chard carries risks when it's overused or not prepared properly, especially for older adults. The main issue again comes down to oxalates. Yes, the same compounds we just discussed with spinach. Swiss chard is loaded with them, and while oxalates are naturally occurring, in high amounts they can cause trouble. For people over 50, especially those who already experience fluid retention or struggle with kidney function, eating too much Swiss chard can lead to a buildup of oxalate crystals. These can make it harder for your kidneys to flush waste, leading to swelling in your feet and ankles, pressure on your peripheral nerves, and ultimately, that nagging numbness or tingling that won't go away. And let's not forget vitamin K. Swiss chard is packed with it. Just one cooked cup contains more than 300% of your recommended daily intake. That's a big number. And if you're taking blood thinners, that can be a big problem. Too much vitamin K can make your medication less effective, leading to blood that clots too easily, slows circulation, and increases your risk of swelling, inflammation, or worse, especially in your lower limbs. One more thing people don't often realize, Swiss chard, when eaten raw and in large amounts, can sometimes lead to digestive discomfort. For folks who already have sensitive stomachs or sluggish digestion, that extra bloating or fluid retention can only add to the pressure your feet are already feeling. So how do we enjoy Swiss chard without falling into these traps? The key is cooking and controlling quantity. If you love this veggie, and it is a good one, stick to no more than 1 or 2 cooked servings per week. Steaming or lightly sautéing Swiss chard helps reduce the oxalate content significantly, making it much safer for your kidneys and your nerves. And just like with other greens, variety is your best friend. Try pairing chard with other low oxalate veggies like carrots, squash, or zucchini so your body gets what it needs without the overload. Now I want you to think about your own meals. Have you ever added a generous helping of rainbow chard to your salad every day because it looked healthy? Have you noticed swollen ankles or that dull tingling in your feet afterward and brushed it off as nothing? If that sounds familiar, I'd love to hear your story in the comments. And remember, someone else reading it might be going through the exact same thing. If you're finding these tips helpful so far, don't forget to like this video and share it with a friend or family member who loves their greens. A small change could mean a big improvement in how they feel each day. And of course, subscribe to Golden Wise Elders for practical health wisdom that's made for real life after 50. Now that we've uncovered the risks hiding in these leafy greens, let's turn to one last vegetable on our list. It might not be quite as colorful, but it's a staple in so many healthy meals, and it too can cause problems if you're not careful. Let's take a closer look at broccoli. Last on our list, but certainly not least, is broccoli. For many of us, it's been on our dinner plate since childhood. Steamed next to grilled chicken, tossed into stir fries, or baked into casseroles, broccoli is one of those vegetables that feels almost safe. After all, it's loaded with vitamin C, fiber, folate, and powerful antioxidants like sulforaphane, known to fight inflammation and even support cancer prevention. But just like the other greens we've talked about, broccoli can quietly cause problems if we eat it too much, too often, or in the wrong form, especially as we get older. Here's what most people don't realize. Broccoli, like kale and Swiss chard, is very high in vitamin K. That's great if you're looking to build strong bones. But if you're on blood thinners like warfarin, too much vitamin K can throw your medication off balance. When that happens, your blood may clot more than it should, slowing circulation and increasing your risk of swelling, heaviness, or that frustrating numbness in your feet, especially at the end of the day when you've been on your feet for hours. But there's another issue most people never hear about. Broccoli, especially when eaten raw or in large quantities, contains natural substances called goitrogens. These compounds can interfere with your thyroid's ability to absorb iodine, which is essential for producing hormones that regulate your metabolism and circulation. In small amounts, it's not a big deal, but if you're eating raw broccoli every day, your thyroid may start to slow down. And when that happens, blood flow to your extremities, like your feet and toes, can become sluggish. You might notice your legs feel colder, your feet ache sooner, or you experience tingling that just won't go away. This isn't just theory. The National Institutes of Health, NIH, has noted that in older adults, especially women, excessive intake of raw goitrogenic vegetables like broccoli can impair thyroid function, particularly when combined with a low iodine diet. For folks already dealing with slower metabolism or circulation, this can amplify symptoms like swelling and nerve discomfort in the lower body. So what's the smart way to enjoy broccoli without putting your feet or your health at risk? First, moderation is key. Most nutritionists recommend no more than 3 to 4 servings per week, and not always in raw form. Steaming or lightly cooking broccoli reduces its goitrogenic properties while preserving most of its nutrients. Also consider pairing it with iodine-rich foods like seaweed, fish, or even iodized salt, especially if you eat cruciferous veggies often. And remember, your body thrives on balance, not repetition. Broccoli's great, but so are cauliflower, carrots, green beans, or roasted bell peppers. Give your plate some color and your body some variety. So let me ask you, have you ever loaded up your plate with broccoli night after night, thinking you were making the best choice? Have you noticed heavier legs, cold toes, or that subtle pressure in your feet? Let us know in the comments. Your story could make someone else pause, reflect, and take better care of themselves too. And if this information has helped you see your diet a little differently, please give this video a like. Share it with someone who's always trying to eat better, but might not realize that even healthy foods have limits. And don't forget to subscribe to Golden Wise Elders, because staying well after 50 isn't just about eating more. It's about eating wisely, with knowledge, balance, and care. Before we finish, there's one more leafy green that many consider a health hero, but it comes with its own set of hidden risks. That's right. It's kale. The leafy green that's taken over every health food aisle from California to Connecticut. It's praised in magazines, juiced in cafes, tossed into salads at every Sunday brunch. And to be fair, kale does come with powerful health benefits. It's packed with fiber, vitamin C, calcium, and antioxidants that help your immune system stay strong. But here's where it gets tricky. When it comes to kale, the line between superfood and too much of a good thing can be surprisingly thin, especially for adults over 50. You see, kale is incredibly high in vitamin K. Now, vitamin K plays an important role in helping your blood clot properly. But if you're someone who takes blood thinners like warfarin, a very common medication for folks with heart issues or circulatory problems, too much vitamin K can throw that delicate balance off. It may reduce the effectiveness of your medication, making your blood more likely to clot when it shouldn't. That means slower circulation, and when blood struggles to reach your lower legs and feet, numbness, tingling, and swelling are often the first warning signs. And that's not all. Kale is also one of several vegetables that contain natural compounds called goitrogens. These can interfere with thyroid function, your body's engine for regulating energy and blood flow. For older adults whose thyroids may already be less active, eating high amounts of raw kale can further slow down metabolism and circulation. Harvard researchers have noted that goitrogen-rich foods, when eaten too frequently and without proper preparation, may contribute to reduced thyroid hormone levels, particularly in aging populations. But let's be clear, kale isn't the enemy. The problem isn't the kale itself, it's how we're eating it. Drinking raw kale smoothies every morning, piling kale onto every salad, snacking on kale chips every afternoon. That's where we cross the line from healthy habit into potential overload. So what's the right way to enjoy kale without putting your circulation at risk? Here's what most nutritionists recommend. If you're over 50, and especially if you're on blood thinners or have thyroid concerns, limit your kale intake to about 2 cups cooked or 1 cup raw, 2 to 3 times a week. And instead of eating it raw every time, try steaming or lightly sautéing it. Cooking helps deactivate goitrogens and makes kale easier on your digestive and endocrine systems. And of course, rotate your greens. Mix in other options like romaine lettuce, bok choy, or even cooked collard greens to give your body the variety it needs. So let me ask you, have you been eating kale every day, thinking you're doing your body a favor? Have you noticed any numbness in your feet, or maybe colder toes, and didn't know why? Share your story in the comments. You're not alone. And your insight could help someone else too. And if this part of the video opened your eyes, don't forget to like it, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe to Golden Wise Elders for more eye-opening, practical health wisdom. We're here to help you walk stronger, feel better, and live wiser, one small change at a time. So what have we really learned today? That even the healthiest foods, those leafy greens we've trusted for years, can cause unexpected problems when we overdo them or don't prepare them right. Kale, spinach, Swiss chard, broccoli, they're not the villains, they're gifts from nature. But like any gift, they need to be used with care, with balance, and with understanding, especially as our bodies change with age. If your feet have been feeling a little more tired lately, or that strange tingling keeps coming and going, maybe it's time to take a gentle look at your plate. You don't have to give up these vegetables, just give them the respect they deserve. Cook them, rotate them, eat them in moderation, Because the goal isn't just to eat clean, it's to eat smart. The goal isn't just to live longer, it's to live better, with comfort, with strength, and with joy in every step. Here at Golden Wise Elders, we believe that wisdom grows with time, and with the right information, small changes can make a world of difference. If this video gave you a new perspective or helped you understand your body just a little bit better, please take a moment to like it. Share it with a friend or a family member who cares about their health. Leave a comment. We'd love to hear your story, or your questions, or even just a hello. You never know who you might help by speaking up. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a moment of knowledge, encouragement, and support. Because growing older doesn't mean slowing down, it means growing wiser, together. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.